Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second game of Chronicles of Hogwarts. Today we have a couple of things to do before we get started. The first of which is to quick announcement. Everybody can select one advancement from their playing books or everybody can select an advancement because it's my birthday. So uh, while which that we didn't do exactly character descriptions at the beginning of the previous game, so I think it would be a good to do this.
So I am gonna just do a quick physical description. Is that what we're doing first?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, well, uh, Wyndon Morse is an 11-year-old boy. He's usually got a little bit of dirt on him. Um, just, not well kept. It generally looks like, he may have remembered to comb his hair like 3 days ago and hasn't remembered since. He's got kind of like blue eyes and a sort of like dark golden brown hair. And yeah, a couple freckles on his nose. Probably average height, pretty average build. Definitely active. Yeah, like I said before, he's got kind of like his robes were once very fashionable and nice, but are kind of out of fashion and a little bit worn now. And he's usually got some kind of pet around him. That's Wyndon.
All right. On the like if we take the characters basically like by order of the ones that are the highest in the list of characters. Lily is first. Do you want
Okay,
to
sure.
start? Yeah.
Yeah, so is pretty petite for an 11-year-old girl. She has had a picture of her as wearing her hair long. She's blonde. Her hair is usually back in like a ponytail. Um, she is green-eyed, kind of pale, but she's usually well kept looking. Have to maintain your appearance. Definitely, she's a Ravenclaw, so even though she's more into social intelligence, she doesn't leave the book smarts behind. So she definitely has her like a book bag with her almost at all times, in a notebook. So that's Valeria.
Okay. Rowan, do you want to go next?
Sure. So Rowan is pretty tall for an 11-year-old. He has blonde hair with blue eyes, and speaks with more of a kind of a posh British accent. And yeah, pretty simple. He kind of keeps plain robes for the most part, though. Yeah.
Okay. What about Alice?
Alison is another blonde in the group. She has a very light blonde hair, which she wears in two cute ponytails or pigtails, maybe. She's dressed in a very fancy manner because she's rich, and you can see it right away when you look at her. And she's got big, trusting blue eyes, and she's generally the picture of a sweet, cute, blonde girl. Yes.
So quick question, Wyndon, I didn't quite catch what your hair color was. Are all of your characters blonde?
I kind of described it as dark golden brown, so not really.
Okay, good. So you're the combo breaker basically.
Yeah, I gave him blue eyes though, so it's getting a little weird for sure.
Okay, real quick. Everybody who can like everybody can select one of the advancements, which means you can usually select um, a new move if you'd like, either from your playbook or from other playbooks. You can raise one of your virtues by one to make yourself more efficient in some of the moves you already have or the core moves. And like there's lots of different options. Of course, you need to select at least 5 options from the first part playbook to have access to the ones who come afterwards. Yeah. So, does somebody know what they want to take as an advancement?
Not yet.
Sorry.
Didn't mean to talk over you. I apologize.
I was only gonna say I know, but I'm still finding it in the sheet. So if somebody is ready, please go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just real quickly, I'm taking +1 to loyalty because it was at 0 and now it's at 1.
Okay. You're raising your cunning or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Okay, that's all right. Anybody else?
I'm just reading real quick.
Valeria, were you going to say something?
No.
All right. So I know like that this is just a little bit incomplete because you could normally get the moves from the other playbooks, and I haven't finished putting everything that I've written on the Google Docs doc for some of the moves. I finished writing the Quidditch player, but it's just in a notebook I have.
I'm just trying to find my playbook.
You're playing the Tamer. If you want, you can do like Command F to find it.
Yeah, I just got it.
Okay.
So the move I'm taking is called Welcome to the Family, and it helps me with befriending new magical creatures.
Okay, so whenever you come across a new creature, you roll plus loyalty or courage.
Looks like courage.
Okay. I remember that move, yes. I'll let you copy it onto your character sheet.
I will do that.
Okay. So, is it Noah or Adam that is still looking for their advancements?
I am still looking. I'm just looking if I want to do another playbooks move right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. If you want to move that does a specific thing, you can ask me and I can tell you if I remember any move doing something similar. Then like I can tell you which playbook it's in.
All right.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just going to take another bookworm move, actually. I'm going to get Let's do. Let's do know it all.
Okay. Okay, so what does know it all do? Because I remember you already had a couple of I remember that you already had a couple of that you already had a move to know all of the answers to an answer from one of the teachers when they asked the questions. What does this one do?
All right, so this one is so when I lend a hand to someone by applying knowledge gleaned from the library, I can spend one hold instead of spending one camaraderie.
Okay, nice. Right. And the last thing before we start is that I've made I've dedicated a character sheet to I've dedicated a character sheet to the house ranks. Basically, like if you're not sure what the house ranks are at currently, you can check on this character sheet, and that's where I'll be like keeping track of it. Or yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, we should be good to go. It is now the second day that you are of your stay in Hogwarts. Today, you know that there is broom practice, but you have a little bit of time before you have to head off to this class. What are your characters doing? In the in the morning while just before getting breakfast together.
Probably trying to like hype myself up in the Great Hall kind of thing because I'd say everyone's pretty scared of heights.
Okay. So yeah. So you have you been around brooms and wizards who are flying in the past?
No, he was just told that that basically wizards can fly.
Mm.
He panics whenever he goes up into like a skyscraper and looks out the window. So he's a little nervous.
I think Wyndon is probably there with him. Like, since he grew up in the wizarding world, he's probably like telling stories of all these horrible things he's seen happen, and like he's really excited about it. Like, it's not a bad thing in his eyes. He's just like really into telling the stories of like all these crazy things that can happen when you fly, and how he's looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're not helping.
So Rowan is already seeing himself flying around with Bogarts chasing him on the first lesson, right?
No, he's figuring he's gonna fall off the broom and get eaten by the Bogart.
All right. What is absent?
We're talking before breakfast next day.
Either before or during breakfast. I think the others were in the Great Hall right now.
Okay, so I'm sure Alison is writing letters to her family. A letter to her father, detailing everything that has happened, and a letter to her grandmother, and a letter to her little sister. You know, gotta keep those family connections strong.
Okay. Have you received any letters from your family yet?
No, I think it's too soon for that.
Okay. All right.
Maybe they are waiting for me to detail how it went, how my first day at school went, and then they will get back to me with some advice.
All right. I think at the very least you got a letter from the entire family congratulating you on continuing the family tradition of being a Hufflepuff.
Right. You're right, because this is important for the whole family that I was selected to Hufflepuff. Yes, I didn't disappoint in this respect, at least.
Perfect. And Victoria.
So I think Valeria is downstairs enjoying her breakfast. She would be looking forward to flying lessons because I think that she's certainly heard about flying. Whether or not she's practiced at all, she grew up in a wizarding house, so yeah, she's definitely practiced. So actually getting to refine those skills is exciting to her. So she's just enjoying the breakfast and looking forward to class.
Okay. You start. All of you are. I think you'd be like sitting together. It's only been a couple of days, but groups of friends have already started from different houses have already like started spending time together, no matter which. Whenever they're free at the same time. So okay, let me see. I think some of you are going to have the lesson in. No, actually, I think like it's possible all of you get flying lessons together at this for like the first tries. If that should make it a bit simpler. So, what do you? Do you do anything special? Anything else special during breakfast or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
If I can add on to what I did earlier, I just remembered that I don't know if it's a given or not, but I just want to say like I took care of my animals this morning.
Yeah, I figured you would have that like taken care of that at some point. So you're probably always late to breakfast compared to the other kids, or do you get up really early?
I think he tries to get up early, but he doesn't usually, and like he has to rush everywhere, and he ends up like, for instance, at dinner time, he's always only there for like dessert and like things like that. He gets there at the very end. Sometimes he like puts things on his plate and like goes to take a bite and everything disappears. That kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. This time you've had enough to enough to eat that you feel in shape. You feel ready to take on the skies. You make your way to the courtyard where the first flying lesson for all of the first years is happening. And as you make your way there, you like as you enter the courtyard, you realize that part of the walls that around the courtyard are have what are they called? They're still rubble. They're still collapsed from the Battle of Hogwarts. And in the background of your lesson, you're going to see some of the teachers continuing to repair the school after everything that's that they didn't have to time to fully repair during the summer. So all of you are handed a broom to start practicing and given a couple of instructions on how to rise above the ground and come back down. How is each of your character doing in that regards? Like how good of your would any of you be standing out by being very good or very bad?
I'd say Rowan's pretty shaky in the room.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll kind of pick this up right away. He's not Quidditch material. Right off the bat.
Okay. Yeah. So you get this. You give this a couple of tries, but like you can't get your feet off of the ground. Right next to you, the what's his name? Toby. Uh, the very tall Gryffindor with the start of a mouth is struggling just as much as you with his tiny broom. Like it's not getting him off the ground at all. What about the other ones?
I think Alison is pretty uncertain as well on the broom. She's not a very physical person, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Valeria is okay, but I think that she likes to talk a big game about being good on the broom, but she's maybe middling at best, and she's definitely going to blame the broom for her problems because it's definitely not her. It could never be her.
Yeah, it's this it's the poor quality of the rooms. It's not that you because it worked fine when you were in at home.
Actually,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I was thinking that Wyndon kind of like has an interesting relationship with his broom. Like he sort of like treats it like a magical creature almost. And his flying style is kind of like he suddenly shoots off and then like stops. You know, like he doesn't have amazing control, but like he can kind of fly already. It's not bad.
I was thinking of something like, do you think there's any way that your what's his name? That your not Phoenix, but Augury, that Horus might actually like fly out of the perch and join you in the flying, almost like trying to show you some, almost as if he's like teaching his bird, his like child to how to like fly for the first time.
Yeah, I think that's very possible. Like after seeing maybe Wyndon struggle for a minute, Horace might make an appearance.
Okay. Then I'll have everyone roll to brave danger. Basically, as the lesson continues, you reach the point where where you're like up where you have the chance to like go a bit higher up in the air. So everybody roll for brave danger, and because this is dangerous, and we'll see how it goes.
ooh, I crash
Okay,
and
so-
burn.
So not doing well at all.
Alright, so I'm gonna use study for this.
This is bad.
Which lets me basically spend one hold. That's brave danger by rolling wits instead of courage.
Okay.
So we'll say I studied how to fly and
Okay. Yeah. You have a good knowledge of the theory. Yes.
it actually worked. Did not add the modifier, but yeah.
What a time to the curve.
Okay. So.
It'd be a 5.
It's not like the books, man.
So we're going to start with Dane, and then there's going to with Dane's character who succeeds, and then it's going to be a large accident involving everybody else. So yeah, Dane. Let's have a look at the brave danger move. Okay, so when you directly engage a threat roll plus courage. On a hit, you push back the danger. On a 7 or 9, choose 1, and you got a 10. So on a 10, you choose 2. You resist any problem, so you don't have to mark a hex. You take something from the source of the danger. You create an opportunity for your allies. You impress or confuse or frighten the source of the danger. The danger here being heights.
How do I impress heights? Can I do that? That sounds like a good thing to have done.
This guy is so afraid it just makes you fall.
You could impress the class if you wanted to choose this instead.
Rather than go the safe routes, I actually like the last two choices. So I'd like to impress the class, maybe even frighten them a little. And also, I'd like to create an opportunity for them, so maybe
Okay.
maybe do a little better than they would have done.
But create an opportunity. Like, are you at some point going to taunt them to race you or something?
I think I'd like to give them a couple pointers, even though my flying style's a little crazy. I seem to have a couple things figured out, and Horace is helping. So maybe I'm like, hey, look at what Horace is showing us, or something like that.
Okay, so you show them hey, if I twist the broom upwards like this, I'm able to fly upwards, and your three friends start to imitate you and start to fly upwards without any sense of how to go back down. But that means you didn't choose to resist or avoid a blow. So you're going to mark a hex. Which I think what would make sense is
maybe I scare myself.
You could either scare yourself or become mistrusted because of the advice you gave. It's up to you.
Could I be mistrusted because I accidentally fly at the crowd or
Yeah.
cause danger?
Yeah, sure. So you mark mistrusted. I think everybody else is since you marked your since you failed. Let's see. I've got to have a look at the GM moves. At the very least, everybody mark scared. You all mark a hex. That's not the one.
Is that me as well, or did I already mark one?
No. You're good. It's just everybody else. And
we still have the hexes related to the house ranks, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
They're always on.
Okay.
Follow the logical consequences. Okay, so I think what's going to happen is that you Professor Hooch tries to get all of you to come down, and you have this moment where basically the three of you you don't know who started it. You bump into each other and you start falling straight to the ground. But in the last instance, Madam Hooch manages to catch the three of you before you break anything, basically, and lowers you back to the ground as your brooms finish crashing and planting themselves deep into the muddy floor in the muddy ground. Okay.
This question, can I? Because I would like to use my class move now, but I wanted to clarify something. My class move is reminding the teacher and classmates that I come from a long line in some way. And I expose a secret from my family and ask someone if they're impressed by the information. If they say yes, mark camaraderie with them, and they mark camaraderie with you. So what I wanted to ask is, do they have to be serious and scary secrets, or can they be just dumb anecdotes from my family history?
It can be an anecdote.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be very dark and serious stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can just share some family lore that I've been fed since I was very little. Okay, so can I do it now?
Absolutely. I was going to say that this is a class, so everybody can choose between listening in class and activating their class modes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and.
Okay, so when we pick ourselves up from the ground and brush ourselves off, I start talking to I assume the other artists that craft with me are near. So I started saying, well, I will eventually get the hang of it. Flying is in my blood. Actually, my great grandmother Amanda, she was so adept at flying a broom that she actually could have breakfast while on a broom, and she could have a cup of tea while on a broom, and eventually I was told she taught herself to have a nap while on a broom also. So it's just a matter of time before I pick it up as well.
Who was the secret for?
Hello? The ones that whoever was in earshot, I assume maybe Rowan and Valeria were close by and could have heard it. Yeah. Okay, and so now I ask if anyone was impressed by this. Yes.
Very impressive. Also, I need some help because I seem to have scraped my knees.
So if you found this, if your character was interested in this, you can tell him, and you both mark camaraderie.
Yeah, I think Rowan would be interested in it.
Great.
That is Valeria. Right now,
Allison.
Okay.
Valeria is definitely not interested. She is far too embarrassed to be paying attention. So she's kind of sulking a little bit.
So are you going to try to listen to pay attention closely in class, or to like compensate for your previous mistake, or are you going to use your class move?
Yeah, I'll just pay attention.
Okay. So you can mark experience. What about what about Rowan?
Yeah, I'm gonna also pay attention as well.
Okay. And Dane?
Which class is this again?
Quidditch.
Yeah, I think he could pay attention to some Quidditch.
Okay. So yeah, you can mark experience. At the end of the lesson, the only person who hasn't managed to, at the very least, get off the ground is Toby Tree, and in fact, he gets so frustrated that at some point he snaps his broom in half, and like there's a look of surprise and confusion on his face before he runs away from the class, and you can hear his sobs echoing from the corridor in which he rushes. Madame Hooch, who was helping someone who was in the air stabilize themselves, turns around and asks if one of you could kindly ask him to to come back when he's ready. She can take care of repairing it. What do you do?
Could you ask that one more time?
Oh, Madame Hooch asked if one of you would go and get him and tell him that the broom can be repaired easily.
Yeah. Wyndon will go and get him. What house is Toby Tree again?
He's a Gryffindor.
Yeah, definitely, Wyndon then.
Okay. Yeah, you. All right. You find him. Yeah, you're going to. It's not going to take you a very long time to find him because he's much louder than most of the other 11 years old. And yeah, he's like pacing very frustratingly in a very frustrated way across the corridor. What do you do?
I guess he just kind of tentatively approaches and sort of peers from around the doorway. Hey Toby, you alright?
No, I can't figure it out, and I'm not as I'm having so much trouble with the charms and remembering and finding the answers about that the teacher asked us for for history of magic, and I don't know if I'm cut out to do magic, and it's. What if it was a mistake that I got into here?
Oh, I bet you're good at something. I mean, nobody's good at everything.
I understand, but I was really looking forward to this class, and now I broke the. Oh, am I gonna get expelled for this?
I don't think so. I mean, people probably break brooms all the time. They're bad brooms. I mean, they're just like old. And they're probably like 100 years old, Toby. I mean, I might break mine. He kind of like taps it against the wall a little bit.
All right. Yeah, he starts to calm down a little, and yeah, he thanks you for coming to get him. What do you do?
Come back out and, try again. Maybe we could put two brooms together and see how that goes.
What, do you think that would help?
I don't know, but it would be cool.
We should probably ask Professor Hooch.
Ooh, what if you stood on them? I wonder if anybody's ever tried that.
I don't want to. I don't want to try anything weird on the first day of flying best.
That's smart. You're really smart, Toby.
All right. So yeah, you're going to head back, and he starts like trying as well. Can you roll to perceive something you're not supposed to, please?
Do I have a animal present?
I believe that a horse would still be around.
Okay. So I'm supposed to. Okay. But that was supposed to be. It didn't prompt me. I'm doing it wrong again or something. But whatever. It's going to be a partial success no matter what.
Okay, it doesn't prompt you for modifiers usually. I didn't program the character sheets to do that. So yeah, you it's as if you rolled an 8, right? You got a +1 from Horus?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Actually, it would be +3 because my cunning is -1 and my loyalty is 2. So it would
okay.
it would
So
actually be a full success.
you rolled with cunning, but you're supposed to be able to roll with loyalty because of your move. Is that correct?
Yes, extra pair of eyes. Roll plus loyalty instead of plus cunning to perceive information you're not supposed to when you have a magical creature with you.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, you find that. So basically, as you're heading back, you spot the sort of balcony that overlooks the courtyard where you've been practicing, and inside of that, and basically it's from the ground. It would be hard to see anyone in there, like anyone inside of that. What's it called? Just like it's a balcony basically. But you see that the Professor Ian Greenwood is he seems to be observing the lesson closely, but he seems to be looking for something as if he seems to be looking for something specific that he can't spot. And when you and Toby pass by, he turns around, looks at you, smiles, and then immediately looks he like you weren't supposed to see him watching this lesson, and he hurries uh, out of the balcony into the corridor where you're at, and in the opposite direction in which you're headed.
Okay, being the kind of like not totally the brightest kid,
Mm-hmm.
I think Wyndon kind of like just like waves and yells, "Hey, Professor Greenwood!" Like so that everybody knows that he was there, essentially.
Okay. So that means, Valeria, you can write. This is for your mystery. Professor Ian Greenwood is spying on someone in the class. That's one of the things for your mystery.
And the class has all houses in it, or just Gryffindors, Ravenclaws, and Hufflepuffs? Like, do we have Slytherins there as well?
Yeah, we're just going to say that Slytherins are in there as well. So you can yeah.
So I'm assuming that I saw that professor because Horace was like looking at him or something animal related.
Yeah, maybe that Horace was flying outside and you heard him squawk and turned towards the balcony or something.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So you make your way back to the classroom, to the courtyard. The lesson finishes without much more problems. Um, the class that you have in the afternoon. Wait, I think you've got two classes in the morning. So the class after this is just going to be like sort of nondescript. You have Transfiguration with McGonagall, who has kept her place as teacher on top of being headmistress because I think Umbridge did the same thing, so I think it's not against the rules. Yeah. Afterwards, your character have a bit of lunch together. What do you do during lunch, if anything specific?
let's see. We have like time around lunch as well.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So there's clubs at Hogwarts, which either meet. It's unclear from the books if they meet during the weekend or if they meet during lunchtime. But either way, you have time during around lunch to not only eat but do some work as well or other.
So, last time we touched on Wyndon getting thrown out of the library for Percival the Kneasel, the magical cat, essentially, scratching at one of the books in the library. And Wyndon had been looking for information on auguries and why the owls in the Owl Tower seemed to really be afraid of Horus the Augury. So I think he's gonna like kind of make his way sheepishly back into the library and sort of like half sneak in, half like keep a low profile and look for that book.
All right. You can roll before you roll to hit the library. Are you asking, or is anybody else coming with you?
I'll come as well if you want.
Sure.
If you're fine with that.
I was just gonna name the animals that were coming. I would say that Percival the Kneasel and Mab the Fairy are with me. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Anybody else? Cool.
All right. I think you can go ahead and roll to hit the library for this information.
Okay. I don't think I have any moves for that, so straight up roll.
Okay. So, hit the library. When you research a subject not consigned to the forbidden section and you have enough time, roll plus wits. On a hit, you get information on the subject. On a 7 or 9, choose. You rolled a 6. So that's actually a failure.
Yep.
You get caught trying to sneak Percival into the library once again, and I think let me think. Yeah, you can. You're going to mark the hex known as detention, which clears itself off the first time that you, the next time that you roll for downtime. But it gives you a -2 to downtime.
So this is literally my third day as a student at Hogwarts, and I have detention.
Yes, that is correct.
I'm.
You're in Gryffindor.
I'm gonna lie to my mom when I write home.
I think Rowan's just kind of laughing, like, super hard at you. Like, didn't you learn the first time? Like, don't bring the damn animal into the library if they don't like it here.
I forgot.
All right.
He kind of has this look on his face like he didn't forget.
You hear Rowan just sigh. Like, oh, God.
It's perfect because when you what you wrote about for Percival is what am I supposed to do when he follows me home? Literally, you might not have control over whether or not Percival decides to follow you.
That's the thing. Like, if I'm in Hogwarts Castle, Percival's probably with me, and like, I'm not gonna tell him to go away. I mean, he's my buddy.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right. So, when you do make it into the library, what do you do?
I'm gonna be looking for probably. So the book that I have, the Defense Against the Dark Arts book, I think I learned that it had like an obfuscation charm on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to.
It does have a charm. You just don't know which one yet.
I'd like to look up some ways to like dispel that if possible,
Okay.
just like generic ways.
Yes, go ahead and roll to hit the library. And you can mark free because you can hold free because of that. Okay, so you yeah, on hit the library. On a 7, you choose on a 7 or 9, you choose one. You obtain a solid clue. The game master must point out a subtle clue that was previously placed in the narration. You get a +1 forward to act on the information obtained, and you clear a hex thanks to a helpful book.
This is probably a obtain a solid clue, I imagine.
A what?
Would this be obtain a solid clue?
Let me think about it. You're trying to look for I think what do you have for the clues concerning this so far?
I think that's basically it. Is just that I know that the name is being obscured by something.
Okay, so you obtain a solid clue. You try to dispel it using a couple of other using the counter spells for a couple of other things, and it turns out that the only spell that couldn't be dispelled to hide information is the Fidelius charm, and it's a good thing because you have charms class this afternoon, and you might be able to get more information on that.
All right.
Wait, you are a Ravenclaw, correct?
Yeah.
So, where are the Ravenclaws? The Ravenclaws are in charms with the Hufflepuff, so that's perfect. You're gonna be in the class this afternoon. Okay, what is the other Ravenclaw of Valeria doing in the meantime?
So Valeria is probably trying to find Allison. Allison, where are you?
Probably hanging out in the Great Hall, doing some light networking, complimenting people on their appearance, and wishing everybody a nice day and all that. Smiling for everyone.
So Valeria is going to essentially slide into the Great Hall, pick up on whatever conversation you're involved in, and go, "Oh yeah, girl, that shirt is so nice on you." As she steers Allison away from the conversation, she asks, "Hey, did you hear anything more about Esther? What's the news
Esther,
on that?"
You mean? No.
Yeah, Esther.
No. Why?
Well, I want to get to the bottom of this. It's just so weird. I can't believe that a Hufflepuff, someone so close to your family, would be involved in something like this.
Well, first of all, I don't think she was close to our family in any way, other than being a Hufflepuff.
Your brother's girl. Come on.
No, he's had tons of girls, but I don't think she was.
I know her name doesn't start with an A, but they seemed pretty close.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not really close with my brother recently. He wouldn't tell me anyway, because he thinks I'm daddy's little girl, and he's always fighting with father, and he wouldn't tell me anyway. So I don't know about it, but isn't it boring finding out about this stuff?
Boring?
No.
Boring? No, this is the most interesting and exciting thing we've got going on right now. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I almost fell off my broom this morning. This was exciting.
Yeah. So potential dark witch and Hufflepuff, and you fall off your broom.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm going to go with option A here, as that's the most exciting thing going on right now.
Which of these affects me personally? Hello?
Both?
But more directly, I mean. Okay. Tell you what. Seeing that you're very interested in this, because Alison is having her helpful streak activate immediately. I'll try to have a word with my brother. Okay, I'm not promising anything because he might not want to talk to me, but
Oh, sweetheart, you are the best. Thank you so much.
I'm wrong.
And so Valeria is fully satisfied that her friend is going to go get information because that's all that Valeria really cares about.
Okay.
And she sort of just slides up. She says, "Well, toodaloo, I gotta go study. Bye."
Sure, bye.
Quick question, Valeria. Is this triggering your move? Once the rumor for you to which would allow you basically to use your extended ability to like catch up on rumors to get information.
Ooh, let me look because that might be nice if I have a specific move for that.
It's once per session you roll
Do
plus
that.
wit.
I'd love to roll for this. So once per session, roll plus wits. That's the MC. Okay. So yeah, I guess my question would be, where is Esther?
Okay.
And I'm gonna apologize because my roll 20 page just timed out. Refresh that before I can roll. But yeah, so my question is where is Esther? And I'm looking for any information that I could get about this whole situation.
Wait, is that can't be the full move? Hold on 1 second, because there's supposed to be like
Have rumor mill once per session roll plus wits and ask the MC questions. Misk asked one, and I have a number of questions, so I can ask where is someone, what do they really think of me when I'm trying to impress someone, I can get in their head, and what's your character really feeling.
Okay, okay, so hold on 1 second. Okay, so basically it doesn't have to be that the question that's listed here. You can ask me other questions. You can ask me other questions, but it's on a miss that no wait no actually no yeah no it's that it should be just that. Okay, so you got a
Let me roll.
How much did you roll?
Wits. So I get to modify with 2 because my wits are at 2.
Yeah.
Yes. Value 2.
7.
What did I get? So I get to ask you 2 questions.
Yeah, you asked 2. But I think it's the wait, hold on. I think I wrote this with where is blank and what are they up to in mind. This way, like you could it's a keep tabs on different characters, sort of.
Okay, so it sounds like that it's limited to characters that I would have the ability to find information about. So unlikely it would be Esther, but maybe Moira.
Okay, so you're unfortunately there's some magic involved, so I'm not going to be able to answer where is Esther,
Okay.
but I'm going to be able to give you some more information, and you're going to be able to get some information on Moira.
Okay, great.
You'll get the information on Esther from possibly. Yeah, we'll see how this goes with the roleplay. And as for Moira, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn like by talking to different people and getting a little bit more, like knowing the rumors a little bit more. You realize that nobody knows where Moira was at the very beginning of the sorting ceremony, and people saw her like sneaking into the Great Hall halfway through the ceremony, like a little bit before name was called, and nobody knows. Like, but some people saw her on the train as well. It's just that nobody knows exactly where she was between the train and that moment.
Okay. So she wasn't
and
on the boats with us.
no, she might have been, but nobody's certain really.
Okay.
Like maybe it might be because all of the like first years were really fascinated by everything that was about happening around them. But yeah, there's this like moment that's missing. And what she's up to, it's you learn that recently she's been trying to find out where the headmistress's office is. Yeah, and let's go do the role play between uh, Alison and her brother. If Alison, do you go and see your brother?
Yes, I try to seek him out. I check in Hufflepuff common room and well, wherever I think he might be at this point in time.
Okay. Um, I think. Okay, so you're going to find him. He's standing at he's sitting at the edge of a corridor a corridor that's like on the fourth floor, but that's completely collapsed during the Battle of Hogwarts. And basically, like below his feet is just the void, and there's wind rushing into the corridor where he is, and yeah, you've seen him heading in this direction before, so you knew where to look. And yeah, he's just he seems to just be practicing magic a little bit. He's creating he's creating birds out of thin air and making them like play around and then making them disappear again. What do you do?
Oh, this is so cute. Hi, Adrian.
Oh, hello.
How you doing?
With the wave of his wand, like the birds disappear.
Oh, that's a shame. Do it again. Do it again. It's just so beautiful.
He sighs. He gets up and he asks you, "What do you want, Alison?"
Well, we didn't have a chance to talk since we got here, and I was wondering, did you hear about this girl that went missing or whatever? Wasn't she a Hufflepuff like us? And this is the craziest thing, but people say that she was kind of a bad person, possibly into the dark arts, which is totally incredible, but I don't know. Maybe you heard something?
So he seems extremely uncomfortable. He says, but he cuts you when you start when you mention that people are saying bad things about her, that she could be a dark witch. He says, those are all lies. It's impossible. She was in the same year as me, but I came back here to finish the seventh year because they didn't really teach us anything last year, and she just went on with her life, but she wouldn't hurt to fly.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I thought, because it seems completely impossible that a Hufflepuff like us could be a dark wizard, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I know something weird was going on because she started working for the Department of Mysteries, but I and then she just stopped replying to my letters, and I haven't heard from her since. I have no idea.
So you were so you were close to her. You wrote letters, yes, to each other.
There's there's a pause, and then he says, and then he's going to you realize that like he's still been holding his wand like in his hand ever since he was like creating the birds, but there's a slight twitch, and now the one is pointed at you, and he says, if you repeat any of what I said to Dad, Madame Pomfrey is going to have trouble curing whatever curse I cast on you. Understand?
Adrian, come on, I'm your sister. How can you say a thing like that? Of course I wouldn't. Of course I wouldn't say anything to that. Come on, who are you taking me for?
What you think? You think he'd be okay with me being close to a dark witch?
No, of course not. It wouldn't cross my mind. I was just wondering if you knew this girl and you could tell me anything, because some of the kids in my year are really interested in this thing. So when did she stop responding to your letters?
Just a week before. A week before just a week before graduation, before the school year started, and that's and a couple of days later, I saw that the ministry was asking around for her. They asked me, but I didn't know she was being accused of anything yet.
Wow.
I don't listen. I don't want to talk about this, especially since we both know how Dad gets, and I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk telling you anything that could be used in a new rumor with the first years. Esther already has a bad enough reputation for no reason as it is, and he starts to he's starting to move out of the corridor, like he's trying to get past you. What do you?
Okay. Well, I'm not stopping him because I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
There's a pause. He turns around and he says, "I'm sorry, I got mad. I was already upset. This whole situation is."
Well, don't be. I'm sure she will turn up sooner or later. Things always turn up. things always turn out fine and well, right? What can happen?
And like there's a pause. And like he's walked past you, and he's looking back at the corridor that's mostly rubble now, and he's a lot can happen. Last year a lot did, and it seems things are going to keep happening in Hogwarts whether or not we want peace. And he's going to leave you there after that.
Okay, I'm not following. I'm thinking that I have to find Valeria as soon as possible and share everything that I've heard.
All right. So do you share that information?
Absolutely. I know that she relies on me to relay the information, so I do.
Okay.
I have absolutely no reason to distrust Valeria at this point.
All right. Okay. Afterwards, okay. I think we can do the role play between those two characters, and then do the charms class.
If you could give me a quick recap, that would be helpful.
So basically, he seems to have been closer to Esther than he seems to have been very close to Esther. He defended her, saying that there's no way she could be a dark witch. Said that she started working for the Department of Mysteries before suddenly vanishing, and the ministry was asking around for her like about a week before the school year started, and he also seems very reluctant to add anything to the rumor mill around her. He seems to be trying to keep her name, keep her reputation as intact as he can. He didn't seem to want Allison and his own father, Allison's father, to and his own to find out about all of this, and he also seems quite depressed, both because maybe a bit because of what is happening to Esther, but also because of the Battle of Hogwarts that took place last year that seemed to have taken its toll on him.
Okay.
So that's about it. So when Allison is done telling you most of this, what do you do?
I think that Valeria would spend some time seeing if she can figure out any ways to get info about working at the Department of Mysteries and what Esther might have been doing. I can kind of see that being like a longer project.
Okay.
So if we want to break it down into steps and have her sort of pursue that as steps, I'm happy with that.
So you're calling this? You said this is a group project.
A group project, or just something that could take a number of steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be a little longer for her to get that information.
Well, there's yeah, I understand what you mean. It's not going to be like, I'm not going to make a list of the moves that you need to obtain the information, but there's different moves that you can use. You could or you could like either directly go speak with her or use some of the some moves, or you could spy on her. Spying on someone relies on the not receive unexpected help. Receive something you're not supposed to. There's also receive unexpected help that can get you close.
Yeah. I think what I would like to do is talk to Moira, or find Moira to ask her about her sister. So that would be my next move.
Okay. All right. So you find Moira in the library. She is poring over what seems to be a book about the founding of Hogwarts. I think it's probably Hogwarts: A History of Magic. Yeah. What do you do?
Okay, so what house was she in again? Was she a Hufflepuff?
Yes.
Okay. I want to put her at the table she's at and go, "Oh, hey, Moira, what are you reading?"
She looks up, closes the book, and says, "Oh, nothing. I'm just having a look at the history of this place."
So look at it like,
"Oh
yeah, Hogwarts history is really good. Well, I'm here to do homework. I just want to say hi. How are you?"
I'm okay. Lots of people trying to talk to me or avoid me, and it's not an easy first week, but I'm holding it together.
Yeah. Are you trying to find a place to get away? I mean, if I were in your situation, I'd probably want to not be around other people either.
Oh, do you know any place like this around here?
Would that be a rule for me to know that? Like,
I don't think it would be a role, but yeah, like there's a couple of places described in the books, or a place that we could make up in Hogwarts that
yeah,
could qualify if you wanted your character to know about it.
yeah. Let's sort of think about that. There's like a disused classroom that I think maybe Ravenclaws might use as like the ultimate study space.
Nice.
So, this is something that the Ravenclaw prefects have told the Ravenclaws about. Like, hey, if you need a really quiet spot, this old classroom is really ideal. So
It's perfect. None of the noisy Hufflepuffs would go there.
No, it's for pure study time. So Valeria would about that. Murray just says it's the chamber of studying, and yes, I completely agree.
Thank you. By the way, I know Ravenclaws are really smart. Could I ask your help with something?
Anytime. What can I do?
Listen. I can't say too much about it, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to. Um, I'm trying to find out where the headmistress's office is, and how to go and see her. I hear there might be a password or some sort of protection, and none of the other students that I've asked know about this. So
Okay, well, you know what? I don't necessarily know, but I know who would. We're gonna go find Rowan, okay?
okay. Rowan was hitting the library earlier, so I think
So he's
he
there
would
too.
also be there.
So I'm gonna poke up and go, Rowan! Rowan, where are
I
you?
think you see Rowan at this point just like casting spells at a book, right?
Oh my god, what are you even doing? Rowan! Here.
What do you need?
Do you know how to get into the headmistress's office? I feel like I should know this, but for some reason I don't.
Depends who's asking.
Well, my friend Moira here.
But listen, I have to be discreet about this. I don't want to start more rumors than there already are around my family.
No, we get it, right? No one is more discreet than Ravenclaws. Completely lies. Complete lies.
So what are we looking for?
We need to get her into the headmistress's office.
All right. Yeah, would I know this?
You could hit the either you could know that it's password protected, or you could do some research on it by hitting the library again. One of you.
I would be happy to support you hitting the library, Rowan, because you are the book person.
All right. Do you roll first, I guess, and then.
No, it's you roll first, and she can land a hand by which could give you a +1 if you rolled like a 9 or a 6.
Okay.
Is this all before class?
So hard the library hit back.
See when I wrote the Paragon moves, I was tempted to write the library collapses when for the Paragon option, but so yeah, technically if you had the Paragon option, currently you would have found information you're looking for in a short amount of time. Immediately triggering the downtime move for your character. But yeah, you did amazing. Okay, so, real quick. Okay, so on a 10+, you choose 2 between. So you find information. You get information from the subject. You know that the password changes on occasions. You have a description of what the inside of it is, and where to find the griffin that is protecting the entrance. You also get 2 options. You obtain a sub's clue. The GM must point out a several clue that was previously places in the narration, get a +1 forward to act on the information obtained, and you clear a hex thanks to a helpful book.
I'll get a obtain a solid clue, and I'm also gonna grab a helpful book to clear a hex that I acquired during.
So you're gonna find something that helps you not be as scared of Quidditch as you were previously.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and you also hold 3. You obtain a solid clue. I think. Yeah. I think Moira spots the book that you've been lugging around, and asks, "Where did you get?"
Same place I always am, the library.
Sorry.
The same place I always am, the library.
Oh, I think it's mine. Do you think you could give it back to me, please?
Are you sure? It looks pretty old. You're only first year, aren't you?
Yes, it's secondhand, and like it looks old and has some very distinctive scratch marks on it that are recognizable.
Hmm. All right. Does she look like she's lying it on or no?
I'm going to give you the clue, the solid clue that you're obtaining now. When she's going to, when you're going to, if you give it to her, you're going to spot in her bag that she already has a copy in there that looks new.
Right. Say, don't you already have this book? I point into her bag.
Either that, or you're going to somehow like notice something she was writing and see that the handwriting for the name is different. And so either way, you get like the information that it's not her copy of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mention that. Like, see, it looks like you already have a copy.
Listen. She pauses and she seems to think for a second, and then says, "Never mind."
I tighten my grip on the book.
Larry is just watching
like
exchange with a lot of interest because this seems a little weird to her.
There's another okay, so she's going to say, wait, check the name on the check the name that this for the person for the owner. It's on the it should be on the first page.
I basically open the book and show her it like that. It's basically like
and
blanked out.
And she points to it and she says "see," and you can read and suddenly you're able to read it, and it says Esther Wright. It's my sister's. Now give it to me.
Isn't your sister the one that's wanted?
I'm gonna kick you for being insensitive to my new friend.
And yeah, she's gonna use this opportunity to like to take the book away from you, and like stuff it in her bag as soon as she can. And after that, she says, "Thank you for helping me find where it is. I'm sorry, I've got to go now. Class is soon. and like class is not exactly soon, but she starts to head. She starts to like, and she is flushed red. What do you do?
Oh, it's Rowan. So Rowan, don't worry about it. But we'll just get Allison to steal it from her.
You have some questionable morals. Did we ever tell you that?
No?
Um,
Want the book or not? And in
That's
that moment,
interesting,
you
though.
can see why Valerio is probably a hat stall between Ravenclaw and Slytherin. So it's
Now I really,
questionable morals abound.
now I really want to read through that book.
you two are in like a special hidden study room, right?
No, they're inside the library.
Okay, so I don't know how scenes work, but I think Wyndon's gonna try to get their attention, like over here, kind of thing, from outside the library.
Yeah.
Okay.
His face like pressed up against the glass.
Yeah.
And I think since Addison was the one who gave you the information to start this, maybe the whole group can come together if you are having an important discussion.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so yeah, you're all together outside of the library. Okay.
That's definitely not what Wyndon was there for. He's gonna try to convince Rowan to go get the book for him that Percival wants. So, is that receive unexpected help, or is that just how does this work?
Yeah. Okay. So receive unexpected. Oh yeah. If hold on 1 second. When you hit the library. Oh yeah. When you hit the library, you rolled a 6. If hold on 1 second. If you receive unexpected help, that you a come on. No, you take a +1 and going for the rest of the scene. Yeah, if you so I really like earlier when you tried to hit the library and failed and you got detention instead, you could have had landed that it would have been a success. And I think maybe something that could be that could make it simpler for everybody to be here. Anyways, is that your attempt could have been.
You just cut out a lot. Could you? I don't know what's up with your mic. If it moved further away, or.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
A little bit.
Okay. So yeah, we could say that your attempt to hit the library earlier that resulted in a 6 is happening, and if someone wants to lend a hand, they could give you a +1 if they succeeded.
I'm kind of wondering, like, if there's a way to have had that happen and not retcon it and just try to do what I'm doing now, or
yeah.
How would I go about that?
You can just ask one of the players to lend you a hand, like you were doing.
Okay.
Anybody wants to help Dane's character?
He was specifically asking Rowan, but yeah, anybody could help.
I can try lending a hand.
Okay.
No promises if I'm any good at it though.
Be careful if you on a summon online, you might expose yourself to danger, entanglement, or cost.
You were the one that got kicked out of the library. I don't know if I'd help you willingly then.
How do I make Rowan lose camaraderie with me?
Betrayed.
Tension is
he could lose camaraderie with you if he lent you a hand.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he just straight up
Yeah.
refused to help me, and, okay. He just, like, kicks you in the shin again, probably in the same spot you just got kicked, and then, like, storms off.
Okay.
And he's not going to be involved in your little meeting now.
Okay. So, what do you do?
So we've got Allison up there, right? And
I guess.
he just stormed off.
What was that about?
People were like kicking me in the shin all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's with
first
that?
you're all insensitive to Moira, and then you won't get
She
read his
stole
book.
the book.
Did you have a fight or
Put
something?
it back. This is not a problem.
Wait, are we stealing books now?
No.
Is that what we're doing?
I prefer the term borrow indefinitely.
And from
I
whom?
think it's such an ugly word.
From the sister of the girl who disappeared and was potentially a dark wizard?
Yeah?
Doesn't this seem a little shady?
No. No, it doesn't. It seems like we're getting a solution to a problem.
Oh, great. Then I'm fine with it.
But, I mean, we kind of need your help since she's in your house.
Sure. I trust Valeria completely. Yeah.
A series of bad decisions. I'm so sorry, Allison.
Right, so what do you want me to do? I can help. I'm a helper.
So, I would personally want you to see if you could maybe get that book back. Rowan, do you think you could make a copy of it so that it would look like her book?
Probably.
You haven't gotten to duplication charms yet, and I think that's not for another couple of years.
Well, maybe we can find a prefect who'll do it for us.
Oh, I have a great relationship with my prefect. She's a lovely girl from the 50 years, so I can ask her.
Out of curiosity, who is the Ravenclaw prefect at this point?
Who's the what prefect?
Ravenclaw prefect.
We haven't created an NPC for that yet. So give me a name.
Luna Lovegood.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. Yeah, actually.
I think she'd be graduated by now.
Was she?
It wasn't about the same year that Harry and the other
But she
one?
was a year beneath them.
No, she was in the same year as Ginny.
So she's still around, yes.
Yes, and also like a lot of the people who were in the seventh year last year didn't actually learn that much because the Death Eaters were running the school. So a lot of people do their second years twice, or doing the second years as second time. Okay. Ravenclaw prefect. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So, what do you? So you want what do you want to add to ask her?
I was curious if she knew the duplication charm.
Oh yes. We learned this one a few years ago. What'd you ask?
If I was to bring you a book, could you possibly duplicate it for us?
She pauses for a second and she says, "Oh, I'd love to. There's a lot of the booksellers are part of like are part of a conspiracy to create inflation in the wizarding world by duplicating the books and then selling. And I don't think that's very right. So anything I can do to
Wonderful.
Oh, yay, Luna's the best.
so yeah, but I should mention that stealing something from another student is absolutely the breaking the rule.
Good luck, Allison.
Okay, but before you do this, there's the afternoon's class. You have a class with Professor Flitwick that is going to teach you, the Wingardium Leviosa spell as a start. But it's also a good opportunity for your characters to do whatever they usually do in class, or to ask for interesting questions. So let's start with what everybody is going to be doing in this class. Valeria.
I use my class move as a way to some help for Allison in stealing the book.
Let's see. Okay, spread a destructive rumor against someone, and you gain +1 forward against them. You could, that would be the way to get +1, or to either to you or to Ruin for stealing something.
Okay. Great. Yeah. So I'm going to use my class move and spread a rumor about Moira going out with this kind of weird Slytherin boy.
Or maybe with Toby Tree.
Oh, but I like Toby. Toby's a sweetheart. So no, the weird Slytherin boy who people think like eats paste.
Okay.
He's a little weird.
Okay, so hold on. What's his name?
Randy.
Randy, yeah, his name is definitely Randy.
Okay. What's his family name?
Bitters.
Bitters, Randy Bitters. You guys are better at names than I am. So yeah, Randy Bitters.
Yes. Randy Bitters, Slytherin boy, eats magical paste.
He definitely eats magical paste. It's a problem.
Yeah,
we don't
so
talk about it.
He also sounds like he's probably from North America. He didn't get into a liver bar.
By the way, I should specify you're in Charms class, which is Ravenclaws and Hufflepuffs, which means the Gryffindor character is in the middle of the class, but you still get to choose between using your class move or not. Which means you start spreading the rumor about Moira while she's in the class.
Huh? Dangerously.
But yeah, okay. All right. You can also. All right. True or false? Yeah. Okay. So you gain a you spread the destructive rumor about someone. You're going to have +1 forward against them. So you basically, she is going to be so distracted with all of the rumors happening that she's not going to pay too much attention to the book, and her bag is going to be left open while she moves around the corridors, and even when she's in a Ravenclaw tower. So, okay. What is Ruin doing during this class?
I imagine he probably studied ahead, and I think Charms would probably be his.
Mm-hmm. You have a move to answer questions from a teacher, right?
I do. I'm not actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do it though. So like any questions that Flitwick asks, I'm just gonna like instantly like put my hand
Okay. So yeah, Flitwick starts to ask a couple of questions about like charms in general and Wingardium Leviosa. When you're able to answer them with lightning speed, he so you spend one hold and you raise your house rank by one. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do this, and he says, "Oh, very, very impressive. Um, you remind me of all the students that have come before you that have been very gifted at learning from the books, like Hermione Granger, or very talented with charms. He pauses for a second, and his eyes dart to Moira, and then back to you, and he says, and some of you have older siblings that have been amazing in my class in the past, um, but it's um, and like he trails off a little bit, and he says, "I'm sure if you keep surprising me like this, Ravenclaw is going to do wonderfully this year. 50 points for Ravenclaw." So yeah, you raise your house rank by one. So just
Is that for both of us?
the house mark? Oh yeah. So that means Hufflepuffs go down by one rank.
Which triggers my playbook move. Do you know who I am? And
Yeah.
which is when someone causes your house rank to drop by one, and you complain to a teacher about it, roll plus wits. So I totally complain. Come on, it was stuff that anyone could have read in a book, and does this merit such a huge point reward? I don't think so. And by the way, I also have a lot of predecessors that used to go to this school, and they were all very adept at charms. So doesn't really seem very fair to me.
Oh. So Flitwick sighs, and when he sees that there's a couple of other Hufflepuffs who raise their hand, he starts to ask them a couple of questions and raises the Hufflepuffs rank back above above Ravenclaws.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh, he's the worst head of house.
That's
That's
not
not cool.
But I think I have to roll for this first.
Oh, you have to roll.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid so. So it might not work
Okay.
because I'm supposed to roll plus wits.
I have the perfect response if he fails.
Okay. So how
Wait,
do I do
hinder?
that?
If you're rolling just plus wits, there's the dice icon next to your move, and you
Yes,
can
yes,
use
yes.
your wits modifier here.
Okay.
Are we able to
That's
hinder?
one. It's 8.
Yes. So here's the thing. Now, anyone who has what's it called? Anyone who has camaraderie with Adam's character can spend it either to help him out or to stop him from doing something that he would regret, which would give him a -2. So unfortunately, Rowan, you're not in this class, so you won't be able to do this.
But Rowan's in a class.
Yeah,
wait.
fast.
Oh no, sorry, it's
Wyndham.
Wyndham who's the Gryffindor who's not here. So both Rowan and Valeria can lend a hand if you'd like.
Yeah, so
Right
I
now,
would like to see a hinder.
You would like to?
I'm going to hinder the roll. So do I need to roll for that, or just spend a point of camaraderie?
You spend a point of camaraderie, and then you roll to see how successful you are at lending it.
So I spent my camaraderie. So let me lend a hand.
Yes.
And three.
You're really bad at hindering.
Bad.
But is Rowan going to attempt to do so?
Yes, I have know-it-all, so I'm going to use that and use one of my holds instead of my camaraderie.
Okay.
And let me roll here.
Wait, what does know-it-all do?
when you want to help someone who needs it, I guess spending camaraderie with them, roll plus loyalty. I don't know. I don't know if that would count.
Yeah. Wait. No. Yeah. Are you also trying to hinder Adam's?
Yes.
Okay. I guess it would work. Yeah. So it says you spend holds to roll plus wits, or is it just you?
It's plus loyalty.
Okay. Yeah. It's you roll plus loyalty as usual, but you're not spending the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Wow.
So you are definitely good at hindering Allison's
So
soul.
Allison. So Allison, is it? How would you say it? It's definitely Wingardium Leviosa, not Leviosa.
No, of course not. Why would anyone say that? This is ridiculous.
Okay, so Ravenclaw is back to being in the third place, and Hufflepuff back to being in fourth place.
I see how it is. It's a dog school. All right.
Okay. That was a lot of fun.
So do we? Excuse me. So do we adjust our hexes based on the new rank?
I think so. Yes.
I think we're back to the previous rank. Ravenclaws are mistrusted and Hufflepuffs are scolded.
Yes.
So yeah, it stays the same.
So okay, scolded. Right. Got it.
Okay. So what do your characters? Yeah.
Well, other than that, Alison is paying attention. Other than this short exchange, she's paying attention to the class because she really wants to learn this, because this seems really useful.
Okay.
Unlike flying a broom.
All right, so you can mark experience. By the way, tell me when you get when you mark the fourth box of experience, if any of you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what about Wyndon? Wyndon? You're in another class right now, but you still get to either listen in class or use
Use my
or use your class. You'd be in the class with the sliver.
Let me take a look here at what my class move is and whether it is any use.
It's if you want to get camaraderie with your animals, to get them to receive unexpected help from them.
And you said I can use any of the normal moves as well, or just the class move, or pay attention?
It's just the class move or pay attention.
Because find a way out certainly seems like it could be applicable. Just something to consider in the future. Let's see. I think he'll pay attention.
Okay, so yeah, you can mark experience. During the break, I think Ruben, you mentioned you wanted to ask something from the teacher.
Yes. So I kind of like look over at Mora and say, Professor, can you? So I recently encountered a book that had the Fidelius charm on it.
Oh, that is very advanced magic. How did you figure out that that it was being protected like this?
Lots of trial and error.
Well, if the book itself was protected by such an advanced charm, then you couldn't have figured out you couldn't have figured out the information that was being kept unless if the secret keeper revealed it to you. Uh, I but it's very rare to see someone casting this charm. It's very advanced magic.
Do they teach it at Hogwarts, or is it something beyond their studies?
It is quite possible to learn that spell. I've had a couple of students talented enough who asked me if they could learn it. It's very useful. It's been used to hide families during both of Voldemort's reign of terror. And But in the wrong hands, it can be a terrible tool. Unfortunately, I taught it to Esther Wright, but I didn't know if but I didn't know that she'd go on to become a Dark Witch. Very regrettable.
You kind of sit back down.
And basically, like you get like the general idea, all of your characters, of how the Fidelius charm works. But if anybody needs a refresher, it conceals a secret inside of the soul of a person, the secret keeper. The secret keeper can reveal the secret either by willingly or by showing people by accident, like Hermione did when she brought a Death Eater back into Grimmauld place. And the secret keeper can reveal the information to other people who cannot pass the information itself on, which means that if an information was being hidden by the Fidelius charm, but you learned about it, you wouldn't be able to tell anybody else. Which means, since I haven't stopped anyone from saying anything, that you haven't exactly encountered the actual thing that was Fidelius yet. But if you did, I wouldn't tell you about it because you wouldn't be able to pick up on that information in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
So yeah. So what do you do now? After that class.
Well, I'd like to try to steal this book, like we said.
Okay. When are you going to do this?
You said that Moira was distracted by the rumors about the paste-eating boy, and so she doesn't pay attention to her backpack or her bag at the moment.
Yeah.
So I could do this in class, or maybe. Well, maybe I'd like to consult Valeria because she seems more adept at this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, Day. Yes, they would choose. You'd have to choose an advancement now since you got 4 experience, and you get once you have the 4 experience, you've got a clear. Just tell us once you've chosen what advancement you want. Now, sorry, back to the roleplay.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Valeria? When should I do this?
Well, I mean, I would do it sooner rather than later. She's pretty distracted now, or if you can do it during when you guys are back in Hufflepuff House, that might also be good.
Yeah.
She might notice that it had to be a Hufflepuff who took it, so better do it in the hallway.
Yeah, this way she will suspect one of you Ravenclaws. This is good. This is good thinking.
Thank you.
Roll to break the rules.
All right.
And you get a +1.
this will not go very well.
Everyone
Break
in
the
this
rules.
group is terrible friends. Just saying.
I
Yeah.
think they also get a -2, don't they, from being scolded?
Yes, that's perfect.
Great. Did you mark scolded earlier?
Yes, I did.
It's because of their house rank right now.
I mean, I'd be happy to steal the book if you want me to, but I'm pretty graphic.
I'm committed to it. I will probably
Yes, Allison.
I will probably get my lesson, and I will never break any rule ever again after this. So I will break the rules, right?
Yes.
And this is 6. And did it count everything? I think so.
Yeah, I think it did.
Right.
Is anybody-
-1 for courage and -2 for
Is anybody helping?
I will totally help you.
I hope so.
Do I spend another point of camaraderie to help?
Yes, but real quick before you do this, do you wait? It says here you rolled a 9. Your courage is -1. Yes.
Yes, it's right.
Okay, it did not take the +1 that you got from Victoria spreading the rumors when you rolled.
So that is an additional +1. Okay.
Yeah, so you rolled a 7, which means that no amount of help from the others could alter the roll that you have now. So I'm just going to, unless if they try to make you fail.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna make you fail.
Well, it's your plan, so.
When you have to do something forbidden to achieve your goal, tell the game master what your goal is and roll plus courage. On a hit, you reach it. Your goal was acquiring the book?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Okay, on a 7 on a 7 or 9 you choose 2, on 10 plus you choose 3. So 7 or 9. You don't get into trouble, so your house rank doesn't drop by 1. And if your house rank does drop by 1 when you're in 4th place, you don't mark experience, and instead you get a -1 to and instead you mark what's it called? Detention. You don't get hurt, so you don't have to mark a hex. It doesn't take a long time, and nobody bad finds out.
Okay, so I don't want to get into trouble, so I choose this one.
Okay.
And I don't mind getting another hex, so maybe nobody bad finds out. So I come out clean, but it takes a long time, and I'm okay with getting another hex for it.
Okay. I think that you find like there's going to be a sort of like protection charm on Moira's bag, and you are and basically you what happens is that you find that there is a let's see. There's a golden ribbon that ties itself around your hand when you pull the book out, and it ties its and when it gets near enough, it ties your hands together. So you're going to be restrained, so you can and the ribbon also ties itself around the book as if attempting to stop you from opening it. So that's why it's going to take it's going to take some time, because it's going to take some time to like open the book.
Okay. Good, but I do have it, right? And I have the book, and nobody noticed, right? Based on the choices I made. All right. So that was clumsy.
Yeah. Yeah, but real quick, Dane, I think the because it's a move because the helping out can be activated after the characters have after players have made rules. It's important to metagame. It's important to say, oh, my character was helping, and I think that's like it's like it was designed so that the players can like work together to succeed more often. You know, so like I think it's okay.
I guess what I was referring to was the role playing aspect, like you know, you don't need any help because you rolled so well, kind of thing. It's a little weird.
Oh, oh yeah. What I like, it doesn't mean that they weren't helping. It just means that they didn't need to trigger the move.
Gotcha.
All right. So I'll try to phrase it better. Okay. You make your way out of the charms class with one of you with you know the not caught red-handed, but because the ribbon is getting tighter around your hand, definitely red-handed.
Hey, geniuses. Geniuses, do you know how to get this off? I refer to my Ravenclaw friends, of course.
No.
Okay. You have two moves available that can help you clear hexes. The first is hit the library, which is an option where you can find information to clear a hex, or receive unexpected help, where a character could come and help you when you're in a difficult situation.
So can I try that?
Yeah.
This sounds fun.
Okay.
But I have to have camaraderie with someone to
Yes.
use it.
You have to spend camaraderie with someone who comes at an unexpected time and helps you.
Okay, no, so I don't think I can use anyone because I only have the three of them.
Yeah, you can still you can still get them to you can still receive unexpected help from them, and in narration one of them would know how to clear that hex, and you could get you could get one of the other options. It's
Okay,
just,
so
yeah.
maybe Wyndon would maybe one of Wyndon's creatures would have a solution for this. So I could try him.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Wendell, would you be okay with being implied in this move?
That depends on what's being asked of Wyndon.
It's basically you're the unexpected help in receiving unexpected help. So you'd be providing benefits to one of the players if you roll pretty high enough, and it's about clearing a hex. So getting his hand out of the golden ribbon that's tied around it.
Where is this scene taking place?
Outside of the charms class, as the students are filing out and heading towards the and like afterwards, there's only one class in the evenings, so
Yeah.
you have free time after that.
I think since it's let's see, this is Allison that's
Yeah.
receiving unexpected. Yeah, he'd definitely come along.
Okay. So roll to receive unexpected help after
So
camaraderie.
Yeah, so I have to clear the camaraderie, right?
Yes.
I have to. Okay, so now I don't have any more with Wyndon.
Okay.
And I roll to receive help.
Okay. Does
Wow. No, sorry. 5. Okay.
You poor. Wait, hold on. You're a Hufflepuff. You're supposed to be good at receiving unexpected help.
Yes, I combined Hufflepuff with the air, which is the complete opposite. So it turned out not ideal.
It's okay. I don't know if the other players would be okay to spend 2 loyalty to try to help you out. But basically, Wyndon doesn't either doesn't show up or doesn't know how to remove the red ribbon without hurting your hands.
Okay.
Are you
You
guys,
could totally go to the library.
are you
You could try
two,
the library.
are you two helping, or am I narrating how Wyndon is not
Uh,
helpful?
Yeah, we can try helping. Out of curiosity, if we both roll to help,
Yeah.
does he get
you
a plus
both-
2? If we both hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but you would both need to succeed.
All right, I will try.
I'll try. I'll drop the.
And this is my last hold, I think. Yeah.
Being so helpful
Oh yeah,
today.
you can spend hold instead of loyalty to help.
Yes, this is my last hold
Do
today.
you mean loyalty or do you mean camaraderie?
Camaraderie. Yeah, you need to spend camaraderie. Thank you for. Okay, both of you succeed. So here's the thing. You expose yourself to a little bit of trouble. I think what you're going to do is you're going to perform a couple of charms until the ribbon uh, um, simply disintegrates into three, and each is a piece that wraps itself around one of your fingers. You now each have a sort of golden ribbon around your fingers. It's nobody's restrained anymore, but each of you has is sort of like implicated in the theft in this.
Would that be like exposed?
No, it's basically it's not like I'm not getting any of you to mark to mark a hex, but you are involved in but it's the consequence of rolling a 7 or 9 to on another hand.
Okay.
All right.
But I can
Whatever.
remove restraint, right?
Yes, you can clear restraint because you receive unexpected help. So on a 7 or 9, you choose one, so you can clear a hex.
Yeah,
That's the option you choose.
I'm doing this. Yes.
So
Okay.
how was I involved?
Yeah. How did you clear this? Cut this.
I think like maybe he has like some remains of some magical creature. Like it's like a skull, and like he uses its beak to like bite it, and it cuts it.
Okay. Nice.
And then when the spell is complete, he turns to Rowan and very quickly casts the Curse of the Bogies on him and runs away. So I want to see if I can pull that off.
I feel like you're breaking the rules by casting a spell outside of class on another student, so roll to break the rules.
Awesome.
Wow. I'll remember this.
Oh, okay.
That is a fail. So I think you're going to cast it. It's going to affect her for a short amount of time, but you get immediately noticed by one of the teachers. Let's say I think this is still outside of the charms classroom. So Flitwick notices you, and he's going to perform the counter charm and take 30 points from Gryffindor. So you get to mark experience because no wait hold on, it didn't trigger because of a move in the sense that you didn't select the options. You don't mark experience for this, but Gryffindor lowers its rank by 1, and Ravenclaw is boosted by 1 rank.
Oh, I thought you always like that's in the top of the rules. You always get experience for lowering house rank, don't you?
Yeah, I'd say so. Let's see. Would it apply for this case? I think so. Yeah. Mark experience actually. Yeah. Go ahead. Also, you got a +1 cunning earlier.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the Professor Flitwick punishes not Ruben, Wyndon, and yeah, Allison is now free from her restraints, which you now technically all share. What do you do now?
I got your stupid book. Now do whatever you wanted to do with it.
Aw, thank you, Allison. You're the best.
Don't mention it.
Give the book to Rowan.
Yeah, but get it back real quick, because I will have to plant it back, I guess. Somehow.
I'm like wiping my nose, like shaking my head.
So why do you need this book anyway?
Well, the principal.
Yeah.
Well, there's an odd enchantment on it, and I'm curious about its contents now.
So so I risked expulsion and possibly losing my hands because you were curious about a spell on a book.
Yes, it is literally the most Ravenclaw thing ever.
Hey, we helped you out.
You did. It was a nice example of teamwork, actually, which is all that Hufflepuff stands for. So I'm fine with it.
Right. Let's go find.
Let's what?
I find Luna. She's going to copy the book.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you. It takes you a little bit of time to find her, and you actually find her in a deep conversation with a ghost. And the let's see. No, wait. You're going to find her in a deep conversation with what's his name? Ian, Professor Greenwood, and they're like from what you hear when you get there is Luna Lovegood is talking about how mages from wizards from the school of Durmstrand have already set up an established colony on the moon, and you hear Ian Greenwood saying, "Huh, you believe in the moon?" Yeah, that's when you arrive. What do you do? Guys?
I think Rowan's just gonna be kind of stunned, being like, "What is this conversation?"
Yeah, I just heard you believe in the moon, and Valeria is just going, huh?
What about the Muggle moon landings?
They both look at you and say, "What?" Together.
Yeah, the Americans landed on the moon back in the 60s.
You know, Apollo missions, all that.
They both like burst into laughter.
Kind of
I'm going to look at my fellow Ravenclaw and just go, what? This is insane.
You wanted to you wanted help with this book, right?
Yes, I hand it to her.
Okay. She waves her wand, and the book is now duplicated into 2 exact copies of itself.
Right. I will hand the copy to Allison and say if you can put this back in her bag. Hopefully without being surrounded by ribbon this time.
Well, I'll try my best, but maybe you two should be handy just in case.
Just tell her that it fell out of her bag and give it back to her.
All right, I could, but where did I find it?
With the ribbon around your finger, that's a bad idea.
Do I still have a ribbon on me?
Yes, but it's only wrapped around your finger. It's not restraining you anymore.
Okay, so that's not the
You
best
have
idea.
gloves though, or put it someplace where she's sure to find it.
Yeah, like just in common room. Yeah, I'll just put it. I'll just put it on the table in the common room. Let her find it on her own.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm getting very shady around you guys.
Corrupting influence.
I don't think my father would approve.
Meanwhile, Wyndon's getting a stern talking to.
I'm curious what's being said to him right now.
Yeah, I really want to hear what's going on with Wyndon.
Let's go find him.
Would I thought Brendan would be with the rest of you after that.
Did you get taken apart or like taken aside by the teacher or something or not?
I never heard after that, so I just assumed that I wasn't with everybody. And also, he did try to run away, so
Right.
he might not be trying to be with them at the moment.
So yeah, you're doing your own thing to decide then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've gone to look for Percival.
Okay. Um. All right. Yeah. You make your way across the castle. A couple of times you think you hear Parzival, but you keep going deeper and deeper into the castle, and you don't find him. But there is but like yeah, it takes you a certain amount of time, but you make it into part of the castle that you've never been in before. It's near the dungeons, but it's like far away from many of the classrooms you've been in, including the potions classroom, and you find uh, this sort of there's a ghost there that's just standing with her that's just floating with her back to your cat, and Percival is just hissing at her, and she has a lot of like disheveled, muddy hair. When she turns around, her head is cocked to the side with a permanent uh, uh, grin on her face and eyes that are wide open and very tired. And you realize you've come across the cackling lady, one of the recent addition to the ghosts of Hogwarts. She never speaks, but she starts to laugh at you and at Percival. What do you do?
Lyndon says, "It's not funny." And when she keeps laughing, he's like, "Leave Percival alone." And he tries to cast some sort of hex he knows. He doesn't know very many on the ghost.
The spell only passes through her. It's probably another attempt at the booger spell, and she starts to float slowly towards you. What do you do?
Uh, I think Wyndon says, "Percival, run!" And they both maybe make a break for it. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Percival is also terrified. Okay, so I um I don't know if this would qualify, but I just want to see whether it would be interesting in this situation. Do you think you could roll to find a way out, please? Because you're running.
for sure.
Okay. 7. On a 7 or 9, you choose 2. You don't leave something important behind, and you don't run into something worse, and you don't get hurt. Or you don't get hurt. So, which ones do you choose?
I don't get hurt, and I don't leave something important behind.
Okay. You're going to run into Peeves, and he's currently holding an with a ridiculous amount of swords and weapons in his hands, as if he's like preparing to just put them all in a deadly trap. But when he sees you, he seems to think of a better use for it. What do you do?
Where am I right now? Am I just in a corridor, or am I on the stairs? What am I getting close to?
I think you'd be. Oh, you're currently on the moving staircases.
Okay. I say, Mab, get him! And, like, maybe Mab, like, will fly at him and use some fairy magic to distract and annoy him while me and Percival make a break for it.
Okay. So I think you are. I think you're either. Let's see.
I think it's maybe my move of trying to get my animal to do what I want. Wild Bunch?
Oh yeah, no, that definitely that would apply. You're trying to get her to like to give you an opportunity. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll for that. Okay. And that is a fail. So Mab is does your move specify anything in case of a failure?
No. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. On a miss, one of them misinterprets your commands and gets you in trouble.
Okay. I'm gonna like have a look at the GM moves, see if there's anything that fits. But I think there's a good chance that you're just going to mark a hex. I think. I'm gonna have a. Just give me 1 second. GM moves. There's a piece of card. That's hex. Is attention. Yeah, I think you're going to mark a hex. I think you get let's see.
Scared?
Sure. I want to try to mix them up a little bit every now and then, and scared seems to be one of the ones that come up most often. But I think it would apply here. So let's go with that. But yeah, you get terrified by Peeves, who's going to spend about 10 minutes just like throwing things at you. You don't know if he purposefully missed you or if you got lucky, but you only got terrified and tears in your clothes when you make your way to the Great Hall for dinner, where all of the other characters are.
I think
Uh,
Wyndon arrives with a shield because, like, one of the suits of armor handed him a shield as he was trying to escape Peeve's wrath, and he used it to defend his life, and was defending
Perfect.
himself all the way there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Your characters are now all together, and I think we're going to play tomorrow as your characters have the first Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson, and then there's going to be some time that passes before either the first Quidditch match or Halloween. So before this, you're all having dinner are you all having dinner together, or are you spending a bit more time apart? Or what are you guys doing?
I'll probably eat dinner with the rest of the group.
Wyndon's gonna be like off sulking next to Toby Tree at the Gryffindor table.
Toby is, I think Toby's a Slytherin, but he'd happily join you.
I think Toby's
told
a
me-
Gryffindor.
You specifically said earlier.
Oh no, he was a Gryffindor. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're sulking together. He's actually pretty happy. He's found out he's quite talented in charms, and he keeps practicing the ones that have been shown to him.
Yeah, Wyndon basically arrives like, trying to catch his breath for 10 minutes and then spends the rest sulking, and he's not really in the mood to hear good news.
And the other two, what are you doing? Victoria and.
So I want to know. I want to ask Allison if she managed to get the book back in the bag or the common room.
Yeah, I hope I did. If I had a moment, I did that. So,
Okay.
do we assume that it's done?
Do you have some what now?
Can we assume that this is done? That I had a chance to
Okay.
bring the book to the common room?
Okay, yeah, you just left it in the common room?
Yeah, I just put it. I made sure nobody was watching, and just placed it on a table and left.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I think someone from Gryffindor is going to find it. So someone from Hufflepuff is going to find it.
Hufflepuff. Okay.
Uh,
Do I roll something for that?
No, I don't think there's a role. I'll take care of it. I'll create more complications based on your actions.
Great. Okay, so I come back from the common room and sit with Valeria and tell her that it's done, it's taken care of. Perfect crime.
Good. I had no doubts about you. Of course you'd be able to do it.
Of course.
So sneaky. I'm so proud.
I know. I'm an Appleby, so runs in the family. I mean, not the sneaky part, but the talented part.
So out of curiosity with that book though, were we like, since she technically showed me the name,
Yes.
would she have revealed anything about this, like what the rest of the contents at all, or no?
No, the book is still the same, and the book is readable. So the book was always like readable, and was always the Defense Against the Dark Arts for the first years. But the but what you but the thing is, you can still read the name. Actually, all of the people who were in the library, which means I think both Rowan and Valeria can read it, but Alison cannot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So out of curiosity, is there any like additional writing in there, or no? Or it's just like unmarked?
No, it seems to have been used by a student who was meticulous enough and to care of her stuff enough not to put any what's it called, not to like make notes on the notebook itself.
Unfortunate. All right.
Did you get what you wanted out of the book? I mean, or are you just going to spend some time looking over it?
Mostly spend some time looking over. I'll go through it, see what there is
Okay.
to see. The name is interesting. It belonged to Esther.
Yeah, and
Before you're unable to say this out loud.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It belonged to. This had on the tip of my
Yes.
tongue. It belonged to
Yes, spit it out.
Fidelius Charm.
interesting. Huh. So it's related to Moira and her sister, maybe. And she wanted the book so badly, and she already had a copy.
It's got to be some significance to it.
Guys, what did you get me into?
Nothing!
I imagine we both kind of like look at him and just say nothing.
Exactly, like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Or look at her. Sorry.
All right. I'm not too worried about it. So, guys, I want to ask you: do you have this? Do you also have this feeling when you're walking down the corridors that the portraits are kind of watching you and whispering something to each other, like they were taking particular interest in you? Or
No.
no?
And aside from that I'm awesome, I don't really...
Yes, you are.
I am awesome. But
Yes.
no, I really haven't noticed them doing that, no.
I must
What, are
be.
you...
No, I must be imagining it, you know.
You should go see
probably
Madame Humphrey. Are you okay?
Yeah. No, that's probably nothing.
I think the taking the book has gotten to her head.
Maybe.
She thinks everyone's out to get her.
It's okay. I promise. Your first time liberating an object is always a little stressful.
At this point, Wyndon like lets out a little scream and like half throws what's in his cup as he like looks over his shoulder because someone tapped on his shoulder.
Wyndon, are you okay, man?
He just like looks at you in like a panic and like gets up in a hurry and like runs out of the room again.
Oh my god, he's so weird.
Yeah.
Still not over his attempt to curse me.
Yeah, what was that about? Did you have a fight about something?
He keeps getting kicked out of the library. It's not my fault.
Why does he go there anyway? I don't go to the library if I don't have to.
I mean, well, I look at the ribbon on my finger, I'm like, we should probably get the check about how to do this at the library anyway. I mean, not that it's not cool looking, but I don't want, her to know that.
Right, I almost forgot about it, but you're probably right.
Hey, look, very so bad. I mean, I'm gonna go up there anyway. Let me go find him.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Right. We're gonna go after Wyndon.
Okay.
He's
Um,
leaning outside the room against the wall, breathing heavily.
You okay? Like, it looks like you were scared of something. I mean,
He kind of like
was it that Slytherin who eats paste? I mean, it's always Randy. He's just freaking frightening.
so first Wyndon makes sure that you're alone. He like peers past you, and then like looks all around himself to make sure nothing's creeping up on him. And he says, "It was a ghost." A ghost.
Yeah. There's ghosts here, Wyndon.
He says, "Where?" And he looks around like in a hurry.
Oh my god, and Valeria's just like, what? There's ghosts, they exist.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think one of my great grandfathers is a ghost in here somewhere also, so it's fine.
Wait, who all is here?
I think all of us are.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this would have
He's on
gone
here.
down differently, but okay.
We just followed Valeria.
Yeah, I guess in his panic, he's kind of forgotten about his beef for the moment. He's like, it was the cackling, it was, and then, and he points in the direction he came from.
Oh, a ghost laughed at you?
Yes, it was so mean, and then I ran, and then the other ghost threw swords at me, and I almost died. And
Oh, Peeves. Yeah, that would be awful. Sorry. Well, if we kind of band together, maybe that won't happen as much, and we can make sure that the cackling lady doesn't bother you anymore.
yeah, he kind of looks around at you. He's like, "What? Will you get me that book?"
It's all about books today, apparently.
I'm not stealing any more books, okay?
But
It's liberating books, okay?
I think Percival wants me to read it to him.
Your cat wants you to read him a book.
Don't be rude. He
Thinking for
understands
today.
you.
Okay. Alright, what book do you need? I mean, I'm going to the library anyway.
It's that one with the scratches on it that he points at Rowan. He knows which one.
Fine, we can go get it.
He kind of just immediately grins, like that just made him, he totally forgot about any kind of beef you might have had. And he's like, "Let's go." And he starts running down the hallway, and Percival follows.
Yeah.
Fine. So as you're running down, I'm gonna whisper like the Confundus charm just to make you.
Okay.
What did you whisper?
The Confundus charm just to make him trip.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't seem to know that it was a charm. He just is used to falling over occasionally, and he gets right back up and starts running again.
All right. I think because you're still first years and this is still against the rules, to see how well you do with your magic, and because I had Wyndon roll for this, so now it's Rowan's turn to roll to break the rules.
Okay. Let's see. Here is courage. Yeah.
We're good at trying to hex each other right outside of where teachers are, by the way. We're really
Jesus,
good at
my
that.
rolls.
Yeah. Except when Rowan does it, he rolls an 11. Okay, we'll have to do something for Burden to achieve your goal. Your goal is being annoying, being annoying to Wyndon. Tell the GM what your goal is and roll plus courage. On a hit, you reach it. On a 7 or 9, you choose 2. You don't get into trouble, so your house rank doesn't drop below 1. You don't get hurt, so you don't mark a hex. It doesn't take a long time, or nobody finds out. You choose 2.
Wouldn't it be 3? It's an 11.
Oh yeah, you rolled an 11. Yes, you choose 3.
Okay. So we're not going to get into trouble.
Okay.
Not going to get hurt,
Okay.
and nobody bad finds out. Just say it
Alright.
takes a second.
Okay. Let's see. I think what's going to happen is that you cast it a couple of times, and it's not going to take hold until like later that evening at a time that where it might not be convenient. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. You're heading to the library, and you're trying to get some information on the what's it called? On the Horus. I have it on the tip of my tongue.
Augury.
Auguries. Yes, on auguries. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Who's doing the researching?
Probably not Wyndon. Like he means well.
I mean, I was just going to the library to figure out how to remove the golden band, the hit the library move, but I'll help him with the research, sure.
Okay.
I thought he was just running away, though. I didn't know he was going to the library.
Oh, I should have clarified. Yes, no, he was trying to lead the way.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to try to remove the golden band, that could also be a hit the library move. I think. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but for every subject covered, you have to roll it once. So,
Okay.
who's rolling? I think Valeria would be rolling to find out how to remove the golden ring.
Yeah, so let me roll that.
If nothing comes of it, I'll roll also.
Okay. I'll let you roll for the auguries. So Victoria, you get an 8. On a 7 or 9, you choose one. You obtain a solid clue. The game master must point out a subtle clue that was previously placed in the narration. You get a +1 to act forward on the information obtained. You will clear a hex thanks to a helpful book.
So I know this wasn't a hex, but the goal of this was to remove the golden band.
Yeah.
I'd like to continue with that.
Okay, so you get information on how to remove it on the spell, like on what the enchantment on the golden thing is, and here's the thing: it's a thief-proof charm. It's not something a thirster could have learned, and the only way to remove it is for the person whose possessions were protected to forgive you. So you do obtain this information, but you could clear another hex that you have if you wanted to instead.
Okay, I'll clear my scared hex, but I know what I want to do, so I'm good.
Okay, so you're not scared anymore, and okay, so you chose one, and who was it? Allison who wanted to do the research on the auguries?
No, I'm not interested in this.
Okay.
I was only interested in the ribbon on my finger.
Okay.
Wyndon will do it. He kind of he said he was going to read it to Percival, so I think he's going to be like whispering it out loud so that Percival under the table can hear it.
Okay. Roll to hit the library once again.
He's definitely going to get kicked out again. Just watch.
Okay, but this time, when he sees her coming, he runs. They just book it with the book.
Oh my god.
Wait, this is where the confounded charm is
Yeah, no, I think that's when the Confidence charm appears when like you're walking to the library and you're saying, "All right, this time I'm not getting Percival in. I'm not getting Percival in," and then you forget. So like that's when the Confeder's charm word hits. Okay, you are
No, he definitely intended to bring him in there.
okay. Yeah, you know what? It's a good thing because I don't have a lot of information on the auguries other than what we have on the Wikipedia page that I could give you. I do have one clue that I could give you if, yeah. But yeah, that's it for I think you know what? I think Wendon, I can't give you the tension again. Yeah, I think you're not allowed. That's all of your opportunities for hitting the library for the day, basically.
Okay. Do I make it out of there with the book?
No, you did not. You. That wasn't a success. You failed.
Okay, but how?
You didn't get in. You didn't get you.
Wait, what?
Hold on. You got in a little bit, and then your cat, like a Percival meowed, and the library was like started like hunting you like a predator, basically.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
But
Okay. Hmm?
so I never even touched the book? Like,
I don't
the
think you even
retcons
did.
are
Like,
kind of weird.
okay. Either that or you didn't find any new information. Either that or you didn't find any new information. It's just that, like, basically because you just didn't find any information. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
All right. So the yeah, you it's past the time for dinner. Your characters head back to your respective common rooms, and the next morning you're going to go to your first Defense Against the Dark Arts class. So let's see. What? Okay. I'm going to have like each of you determine one thing about the teach the defense against the dark arts teacher. So, Wyndon, what species is the new defense against the dark arts teacher?
The teacher
Yes.
is. Let me think about this for 1 second. I think that they are a. What are the different species that helped out in the Battle of Hogwarts?
I haven't reread it in a while, but I know centaurs were involved. Giants were not on the right side, but they were involved.
Let's make it a centaur.
Okay. Right. Let's see. Anderson, what is the defense against the dark arts teacher's name?
He's a centaur, or she, or they.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Like you, what's what's their name? Basically. Yeah.
Should be something fancy, I guess. Let me think for a moment.
We've never seen a female centaur, have we? Could we make it a female?
Sure, sure. So, Fiona, or is this too mundane?
That's perfect.
Right.
Okay. Rowan, what is a distinctive physical sign that Fiona has that stands out?
She's missing an eye.
Okay. And last of all, Valeria, what is her attitude for your first lesson? What sort of like attitude does she give off?
She's pretty stern, I think.
Okay.
Sense.
All right. So, defense against the dark arts is Gryffindors and Hufflepuffs, which means the Ravenclaws you're not here. But yeah, I'm just going. Okay. So the first defense against the dark arts class isn't taking place in a classroom. It's taking place outside, and as you make your way there. What's her family name? Because we need to know what she's called by the students, like Professor what?
Longstride.
Okay,
Nice.
all right. So okay. So Professor Longstride is sitting at the edge of the standing at the edge of the forbidden forest with and she has a wooden box that is quivering, and as you make your way there, she tells you, "I've been asked to be your defense against the dark arts teacher. The defending against the dark arts isn't just about knowing how to cast spells to defend yourselves. It's also about knowing how to evade spells, protect yourself from all sorts of creatures and things like this. So today I'm going to teach you the most important thing you will ever learn in the defense against the dark arts classroom: how to dodge. Inside of this mallet there are two boggarts that will attack you for the entire lesson, and you will learn how to evade them. They are about as fast as spells can be, and if you ever get into a fight or a battle with another wizard, being able to get out of the way of spells and get yourself at cover, it will be your best defense. I would know. I survived the couple of battles against Death Eaters myself. And do you have any questions before we start?
Wyndon raises his hand like really fast.
Yes, you, the scrawny little boy.
He like looks himself over and like he's got a little. He's a little stunned for a second, but he's like, "Can I cast spells on the boggart?"
No, not today. We'll need to. I'll need to teach you not to point your wand in the general direction of where other students might be before we do this, because the boggarts might dodge the spell and you might hit one of your comrades.
Alright, he looks temporarily crestfallen, but he's still like he's quickly excited again by the idea of being able to dodge boggarts. So
okay. The other person who's present here is Allison.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, as the class starts, everybody, let's start with Wyndon and Allison. Do you listen in class, or do you use your class move?
I would like to use my class move again.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
and I'm talking. I would like to maybe win some camaraderie with Wyndon back. So I'm telling him this story about my aunt Anita, who was a famous auror back in the day, and she actually she created her own wand, which is really rare for a wizard, and she personally put 4 or 5 dark wizards behind the bars in Azkaban. And she was really ferocious and respected. And I hope this impresses him. This impresses Wyndon.
he kind of whispers, "Whoa, What was her name?
Anita Appleby. She was something.
Oh. Is there a
Of
portrait
course,
of her in Hogwarts?
I hope we should we should look for it. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, he's having trouble picking who to pay attention to, you or the professor.
Okay.
So you are impressed by the story?
He's impressed. He's super
Okay.
impressed.
So I get camaraderie with him, right?
Yes, you both mark camaraderie with each other.
It
Thanks to
it doesn't take much.
all right. And are you listening in class, Wendy?
Yeah, I'm listening in class.
Okay, so you mark experience. What about the other two? You are you're in another class at the moment. Possibly astrology or something. So what are your characters going to be using their class moves or listening in class?
I'm going to use my class move. So I think what I want is a +1 forward. So let me look at what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were doing something.
I'm going to spread a rumor that something about Moira. That Moira has
Poor Moira.
Yeah, I know, but basically, I'm trying to set it up for something. So that losing things in the courtyard, and if she wants them, she needs to come see Valeria in the courtyard after class. So, like to get +1 forward against her.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you're trying to set her to a certain place to come to the courtyard, right? Hello? Sorry, it cut out a little bit. Could you repeat what the rule
Oh, my
was?
apologies. Yes, I want to have her show up in the courtyard and have me get +1 forward.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. And Dane, you mentioned that your character was that you were going to change what your answer was for your move.
Yeah, because it's like a dodging class essentially, and that's what's happening. I think my class move applies a little better. The class you are in teaches you something about one of your beasts, either how they are used to make wands, potions, magical objects, or how to protect yourself from them, or how to take care of them. Describe what you learned and mark 2 camaraderie with 2 non-human creatures. So, I think Percival and Mab are in the class with me, and like they're a part of like my whole like dodging routine, and like we're all going through it together. And like at one point, the boggart goes for maybe Percival, and like I like shoulder check it or something, which is basically like learning how to take care of them, learning how to protect them, kind of thing.
Nice. So yeah, okay, yeah. So you mark camaraderie with each of them, and I really like that the description and the inclusion their inclusion in this. Okay, and last of all is Rowan.
I'm going to be paying attention in class.
Okay, you mark experience.
Yep. That also brings me to 4, which I'm going to use to upgrade wits to 3.
Wits. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I think so at which time does Moira have to come to the courtyard to get the stuff that
After
she lost
class.
back? After class? Okay. Yeah, so that's that day, is it towards the? I'm gonna say it like it's towards the evening that you
That's
see her
perfect.
in the courtyard, as the sun is setting, and there's voices coming from the great hall where most of the students have gathered. Valeria, you're here. Did you bring anybody else with you?
Um, to come, I think that's fine. I don't really mind. I mean, I hadn't planned on anybody being there. Say no to my friends.
What do you want to achieve with Moira there?
Valeria has like a box of what looks like sort of like run of the mill like supplies, like quills and like a couple rolls of parchment. To do is say like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I took these from your bag."
Okay.
Trick Moira into forgiving her. So that's my plan.
Wait, why do you want her to forgive you?
Is I want the gold ribbon thingy off my finger.
So doesn't she have to forgive me?
The ribbon basically, when it was cut into pieces, tied itself around the hands of every character who was there, which does not include Wyndon, but it includes Addison, Rowan, and Valeria.
Okay, so I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, like you want to pretend that she stole quills that Valeria stole quills from Moira, right?
You want to trick magic, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you know what? Like that's really smart. If this was a game where I could just like grant one experience point for doing something smart like it does in some other games, I would because like yeah. So yeah, when you hand the quills to her, like she takes it and she says, "Oh, oh, that makes so much sense. I've been I saw that the ribbon had disappeared, but I didn't. Wait, where's the rest of it?"
Sir, I am so sorry. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? I had lost my quill that day. Feels so awful. I really just should have asked, but like I had to take notes, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. But I thought but it was much longer than this. What happened to it?
I don't know.
Like, it comes inside from your finger, and it's like
it's like super short.
So
I don't know. Maybe some other people have been taking stuff from your bag, but like I said, I just took these quills, and thank you. I'm so sorry.
And she said, "It's okay. You can just ask me. You've been nice to me."
Well, you know what? Next time I definitely will. So I'm so glad that we can be friends.
Yeah. I'm glad as well. Let's go. Come on. I heard that I heard that they were supposed to start serving some pumpkin stew today in preparation for the Halloween. And she takes your hand and starts to head towards the Great Hall.
I'm gonna go with her, so it'll be good.
Sorry?
Because we're buddies now. We're totally fine.
Okay. By the way, everybody else, the ribbon just unties itself from your fingers now.
Oh. Wow. Bravo, Valeria. Interesting.
So seriously, one of you needs to be the Hermione Granger reminds everybody of the rules person, because right now you're all the let's break all of the rules first.
Rolo is the one who breaks the rules when he thinks he can get away with it.
I think that's kind of a Ravenclaw thing. We're just like,
Whereas like
I think-
Victoria is more of like a little bit more. Her getaway with it's a little bit bigger than mine. Right.
Right now,
Yeah.
I think Alison is just not thinking about consequences right now. But once she gets into trouble for the first time, for real, then she will start being much more serious about these things, this stuff. I think.
All right. So we're going to have some time that passes as your character starts to learn more and more magic, and then the first event of the year after this is the first Quidditch match: Gryffindor versus Slytherins. So everybody, we're going to roll the downtime move now, and afterwards, um, yeah, and so be sure to write down which one is your house rank above where the house ranks are, because because depending on that number, it gives you a bigger or a smaller advantage to this roll, and yeah, and then you can just roll to the downtown move.
Okay, so I think Ravenclaws go first then, since we're second.
No. Currently, Hufflepuffs are second. Griffin. Wait a second. No.
I think Ravenclaw's second.
Hold on.
Hufflepuff is last.
Yeah. Ravenclaw. Both of the Ravenclaws go first. Go ahead and roll Ravenclaws. It's the Gryffindors that are third, and Hufflepuffs go fourth. Okay, so Victoria.
Yeah, you rolled roll then.
Yes. So you got, let's see, you, on a 10 plus, you get 3. Recover in the infirmary to clear all hexes, make friends, study, please the teachers, prepare for the rest, keep an eye out, and, yeah.
So Victoria, I think yours is actually at 9 because you still have your +4 in there.
Oh, goodness. Where's my +4 coming from?
It's from the house rank.
Yeah.
The very bottom.
Oh,
You
Actually,
actually,
ours should be 2.
that's right, you got a 9.
okay.
So you choose 1 instead of,
So, there we go.
Awesome. These
Okay.
rolls, though.
thank you. Yeah. So choose 1. Betty.
Okay, so you mark experience. What about Addison?
It's my turn now.
Wait, no, Mura, you play Wyndon. Sorry, yeah. What about Wyndon?
Oh, I need to roll downtime.
Oh no, sorry. I confused. I keep confusing Rowan and Wyndon's name. Never mind.
Okay.
Rowan, what do you do? You roll the 10 plus. So you get 3 options for the downtime.
All right. Just looking here. Can I use Paragon options?
Yes, you can prepare for the worst. So you write down towards the like at the bottom of your character sheets that you have the option to use the Paragon option for 1 move.
All right. Then I will. Just looking here. I'll do 1 XP and I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. Let's see. Which one is your mystery again?
The book.
Oh yeah, the book.
Kind of ran into a brick wall with that one a little bit.
Yes. You know what? I will give you that. Hold on. Can I give you that clue? I don't know if I can give you a clue for your mystery. I've got to have a look at all of the mysteries real quick. Okay. I've got to delete this because this is Ricken's playbook. So, yeah. Okay. You. Okay. So here's the clue you're going to get. At some point, while you're whatever you're doing, you come around to seeing Filch. Uh, uh, Filch, when would you have sent a letter to anybody, Rowan?
I probably would have sent some on to my parents at one point.
Okay. So you make your way to the owlery because your owl either you don't have an owl or it's unavailable right now or sick, and so you're using the school owls. And yeah, you find Filch there cleaning up all of the owl poop on the floor of the owlery, and he keeps like looking angrily at Horace, and he's often grumbling and talking about how these birds are never up to any good, always causing trouble. And yeah, it's a clue for Wyndon's what's it called? Wyndon's Mystery. Filch also hates auguries. Okay, next up on the initiative is the Gryffindor. Oh wait, yeah. Next up is the Gryffindor. So what do you yeah? What do you do? So I'll let you roll your downtime.
Quick question. Do I add that clue, or do
Yes.
Okay. I'm always not sure about the sharing information thing.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes the people who are sometimes there aren't exactly like a lot of clues available to give for each mystery, so I give the ones that are available.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and it's your turn to roll for downtime, and afterwards, yeah, go. So go ahead and roll. And I think we might as well get Addison to roll as well now.
Okay.
So you rolled 10, so you get 3 on the options.
Right, but
What is the?
I want to. Sorry.
Yeah, but okay. Just real quick. Then you had detention, right? So you clear it. You can clear detention now, and you did your detention during the downtime. During this time, okay?
Is that all I get to do, or do I get to choose?
Oh yeah. No, you choose all 3, but on top of that, you had your detention, which gave you the -2 for this roll, and we'll describe what happens during the detention when we do when we talk about
Okay.
the roleplay. But just tell me which 3 options you select.
So I have a question. The last one is apply the first effect and describe and roleplay together how the camaraderie is gained and how the teachers are pleased. Which is this first effect? Please the teachers, raise house rank by 1.
No. It's what we added at the end of the last game. It's basically we everybody rolls first, and then all together we decide. We do the role play for how the camaraderie is gained and things like this. Do you remember? Because you mentioned you mentioned you wanted us to do the role play together, so that it wasn't just you adding yourself to
Okay. So
what the others were doing during that time.
okay. So that's not an option. That's like separate.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'd like to please the teachers. Oh, another question. Is this taking place before the Quidditch game, or can it be like stuff that happens during it?
We can say that we can say that stuff is happening at the very beginning of it, if you're fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because kind of what I was thinking was maybe like I please the teachers by like doing a really good cheer, starting a good cheer or something for Gryffindor. I don't know if they're playing.
Yeah, it's
And
Gryffindor versus Slytherin's the first match of the year.
maybe like I keep an eye out and receive a clue somehow, but I end up recovering in the infirmary from like being hit by like a player or like a bludger or whatever it's called.
Okay.
But that might interfere with the scene, so I'm asking.
Yeah, I know. I think it's fine. Maybe you got hit by a bludger during the defense against the dark arts class, and you end up recovering in the infirmary. Sounds good.
But by a boggart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait. Wait. I confused them because sorry. I'm not used to names being in English because I read the books in French. But yeah, the things that were being aimed at you was during the defense against the dark arts class were bludgers, not boggarts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I guess that makes sense. You know, I probably got like a bloodied nose or something.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'll have a look at what the clue what clue you get in just 1 second. And Adam, you rolled a 10 plus.
Yes, something happened here, but either way, I rolled that and just. So I have 3 options, right?
Yes.
Right.
You choose.
So I would like to please the teachers and increase my house rank. And do I say now how I do it?
Yeah, we can do that in just a second.
In a moment, okay.
Yeah.
I would like to study and gain 1 experience.
Okay.
And I would like to make friends. And can I make friends with Moira, right? Because I feel guilty about what happened earlier, and I would like to.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and do that, and you can mark camaraderie with her.
Great.
So,
And
sorry,
Mhm.
I thought you were done. Go ahead.
yes, and I just wanted to talk to some teacher. I don't know. Let's make it Flitwick because because I had classes with him today. I basically want to tell him that my father told me that that you are a great teacher, and he always spoke very highly of you. And I didn't really expect how much I would learn at those classes. It was really wonderful.
Could you say this to Professor Greenwood?
No, I meant Flitwick.
Oh, Flitwick.
Yes, because I had classes with him today, so it makes sense that I go suck up to him a little.
Okay. Yeah, the move used to be that option used to be called suck up to the teachers, but I changed it to please the teachers.
For me, it could stay the old way. Do I increase my house rank?
Yes, because both you and Dane increased your house ranks. The order is now Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaws. who are now dead last.
Oof.
How the
Well,
night
we
is
had it when it mattered.
Huh?
Third.
So we both stayed in. So I raised mine, and then a Hufflepuff raised theirs. Did they reverse?
So, but you were first, so you jumped up to second, and I jumped up to third.
Yeah, and Ravenclaw was second, so it got downgraded both times, basically.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I had mine wrong. That makes way more sense.
And we adjust the hexes
Yes.
according.
So Gryffindor has exposed, Hufflepuffs are mistrusted, and Ravenclaws are scolded.
Right.
Okay, so how does okay, so I just have to look at one of the clues, and then I will give some.
Simon, if I remove all hexes, do I immediately like get my house hex back essentially? Like, do I just always
Yes.
have that? Okay,
The house hex stays on at all times.
gotcha.
It just changes from one to the other. Wait, I haven't given this one. Yeah, I don't think I had given this hex before. So how about the opposite? Dane, you got you were the ones who realized that Filch hated your hated auguries, and Rowan is Rowan. You got another clue. It's actually from your book. You realize that you find a couple of let's see. Yeah. Basically, I don't. Did you ever write as a clue that the handwriting inside of it is horrible? It's very hard to read.
I did not.
Okay, that is a clue. Esther's handwriting is horrible. I think maybe instead of it being just a name that was written about OK, you're going to find like another piece of paper, like a graded paper of hers, like stuck between the pages of the book, and realize that her handwriting is horrible.
Okay. Does the paper say anything interesting?
No, it was just a fury of like potions, and Snape was being like there's red ink all over it, and with sassy comments from Snape.
All right.
Okay. So, the people who make friends, how does this happen? Who's making friends again? I think Rowan or Allison is making friends with Moira.
I was making friends with Moira, yes, Allison.
Okay, so what do you two do that brings you two together closer?
Well, I chat her up and just compliment her on her looks, which is my move.
Okay,
And we briefly discuss the Quidditch game maybe, and we decide that we will root for Gryffindor.
okay, nice.
Is this enough?
Hmm?
Is this enough to bring for one camaraderie?
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, I filled up my experience track with that, and I took an upgrade in courage, so it's 0 now.
Okay. Perfect. And okay. So we're going. So basically, we're going to do the events of the. If anything happens, we're going to do like parts of the match in the next week's game. I hope everybody had fun.
Oh yes.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
My pleasure. I am seeing some new problems that the system caused. I think there's like a lot of repetition in the gameplay. Because they're like basically the way I set up the scenes doesn't necessarily allow like doesn't have the players coming up with like things that they want to do on their own as much as like when Harry and the gang wants to see like Hagrid every now and then and stuff like this. So it's a bit maybe we should play up more the downtime boost to go and see people. But then again, like since I have no way of predicting who it's going to be, it's harder for me to like predict things like how they're gonna react and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, like, I think that we haven't really had a chance to like explore is also part of it. Like, we can go see like the few limited people we know, but we haven't really like there isn't really a move to like go check stuff out, or we haven't been using that move.
yeah. Well, yeah. So I've got to think about this. Any other form of feedback before we stop the recording? Anybody else have anything to?
Aside from that, it flows pretty well. Right.
I think it was. I think it was really fun that we got to do some stuff together this time with the book and the library and Rowan and Lyndon kept trying to curse each other. It was much more interactive this time.
That's good. Yeah, I think there's that. I think there's like I'm slightly worried because you seem to be focusing on the main mystery almost more than on your own mysteries, and like at the rate at which you're accumulating clues, you're actually like you might get you might get it too quickly. Or not, we'll see. Like we're discovering like we're progressing at a pretty nice rate, I think. Yeah. Anybody else have some input?
I feel like maybe there should be something in the I don't know, maybe the what is it, the help other, aid other move?
Mm-hmm.
That says if someone like asks for you to aid them and you say no, then like there's a consequence. Because I feel like that would be a fun mechanic, and I was just like, what? He can only lose camaraderie if he helps me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a weird part for me.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Here's the thing though, like it's already like what it would mean is that if somebody asks for your help, either way you're going to lose a point of camaraderie. Would either you accept and you have to spend it, or you refuse and you lose it.
Right.
Is that what you're suggesting?
I don't know what I'm suggesting. I'm just pointing out a part that felt a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
Because you spent the point before you roll, right?
Yes.
So either way, you lose it. But I understand what Dane is saying, that it should be maybe it should have a consequence when someone doesn't want to help you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Aside from shin kicks, I mean.
Okay, gotta be wary of those.
Okay.
Funny how we forgot to, or there wasn't someone around or something, but I kind of just got away with that. Whereas casting a spell, Definitely not as easy.
You got away with what?
I kicked someone in the shin.
Yeah, you guys kicking me in the shin.
Yeah.
So mean.
I mean, like, I know wizards are much more resistant than muggles based on their ability to, like, play Quidditch and then not die on a daily basis.
That's a good point.
Like,
Yeah.
with bludgers, just a bludger would straight up just murder humans. Like wooden balls that fly at very high at a speed matching a broomsticks. Yeah, that kills you. Um, or at least all Quidditch players probably have concussions worse than the people who play for the NFL. Yeah. By the way, one of the moves that I'm developing is for the Quidditch player is Arms of the Beater, where basically if you use physical violence instead of magic to brave danger, you can cause yourself an extra hex in order to cause the source of the danger a hex as well. So
Yeah, I want that eventually.
nice. But yeah, I'll post whatever's in for the Quidditch players soon.
Cool.
Okay. If there's normally there's a move at the end of the game which is the lowest house for NPCs that is under the house that has PCs in it. Moves its ranks up by 1 to represent like how they do efforts. But Slytherin's been top house since the beginning of the game, so like basically it just like they just keep doing well because none of you guys are like climbing above it and getting to first place. But that's fine. Alright. Anything else? Okay, I'll see everybody in a week then.
Sounds good.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day everyone.